Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap. It's Wednesday, and interesting day. I kind of thought it was a little odd. I know I came in pretty long, a lot of things. I triggered yesterday, and then pre-morning call, like I always do, because I'm consistent. I try and sell some things to book some trades, feel good, and then see what the complexion's like. And again, tech definitely felt a little odd. Some things worked well, some things just are kind of lethargic, or you have to be very perfect and precise with. But the market was kind of strong, and the S&P had a little bit of a sell-off at the end of the day, and to me, I'm a little light now. I'm a little lighter than I was. Let's look at the chart of the S&P, and I'll show you why. Maybe you look at this rally from the lows. Here was your little red dog reversal low, and then the Powell push, and then consolidation, and now here's your red dog reversal low on when was this? This was Friday, 2687. Remember that? Took it out, cleared this, and into a little bit of a topping tail. So does that mean that the rally's over? Does that mean does that mean get net short out to yin yang? No, it just means that 4 days up, a little bit of a sell off the highs, Q's a little weak. Maybe you just want to clean a few things up. We are extended from the 8th day, so you might want to just reduce a little bit there. The Q's also, a little bit of a red candle, nothing too spectacular. Still looks just fine. 1, 2, 3, 4 up days. Maybe needs a little bit of time. Small caps actually were a little weaker, kind of hung in there, but again, if you haven't been long the small caps in this entire rally and you didn't buy it when it held above the lows of what's it called, of Friday, then be a little careful. 4 days up here, and then you have like my go-to list is definitely a little wishy-washy. I have had the enterprise and the cloud names and the newer issues, and I've definitely listed them on my note multiple times for you guys to enter in the past few weeks. Me personally, I have not been trading them. So hopefully you've been doing well. I know the FANG type names, are very hit or miss, and you have to be very, very specific. The one that worked best for me today was Amazon from yesterday. Yesterday you had to be long 1609 or 1629 and sell it. Otherwise you couldn't make money buying it today. So if you take a look at Amazon, not the biggest deal, but it's really not giving you any true reason to be so long it. I got long yesterday when I took that out. Some of you guys got long Friday morning. Now we'll see. Maybe it comes in and holds in, and then takes that out. At this point, you have a few different resistance areas. I say this is one resistance area, then this is a void here if it wanted it. So we'll see how it reacts tomorrow. I'm not long overnight. It was a good trade from here. That shows you how precise you have to be with Amazon now. And made good money yesterday, held it, sold some. It's still, maybe if it were to hold now 1630 a little bit, going sideways, maybe there's a buy above that. We'll see. Google was also stronger, then came in too with a bit of a topping tail. Again, it's like you have to be perfect in these things now versus them leading with being forgiven. Not much forgiveness. You had to buy it yesterday when it cleared this pivot, and then, a bit of a topping tail, red dog reversal sell actually when it went back above this and back below it. So if you bought it here 4 days up, yeah, I guess it makes sense to sell. There's not much FOMO or big trades here. Facebook's been definitely odd. I'm actually shorted overnight. I hate being short overnight, to be honest, but I'm overcoming my fears, so I'm trying to. Anyway, we just rallied for 3 days, and Facebook closed basically on the earnings gap, which is 163.62. So to me, granted, some of you are long verse. Yeah, just be a little careful. 3 days of relative weakness while tech was fine and the market was fine, unless they're trying to get people short so they have some kind of big news and they gap it up and they trap you again. Otherwise, this does seem as if it's going to fill some of this. So I am short a little Facebook overnight. Yes, I am a little short Facebook. I'm hoping it doesn't gap up $5 tomorrow. I'm kidding. When you could use 166.22, because I kind of will be upset if all of a sudden we open down $1.50 or whatever. I'd be like, it gave you signals. 3 days of market, the Qs, the small cap, everything's up, and this is down. It's telling you it probably goes in here, but we'll see. Twitter was good to us. That was probably my best long and trading long today. Why? Because there was an ad at a specific price. So if you look here at Twitter, even though it failed at the gap, still in some, you could have been long some and then traded above 30.80, which we went over in the note, and gave me another $1. It did go as high as 31.84. So I did sell some there. I bought some back on the close, and we'll see if I can just massage this trade. I know it very well, so I could, nickel and dime some things here. We'll see though. If it, I'll be very quick on my toes. Apple also not special. I've been kind of avoiding Apple the past week. I actually sold it pretty damn well, I gotta say. I sold it on this day after holding it from the post-earnings strategy, and we added here. That was fun. Got out there, wasn't in there for that, and I also wasn't in it for this. We had a little red dog reversal, and then today, what did it do? Got above this 170-120 and went below, and seems a little vulnerable. That this could be a higher low, or lower high. I'm sorry. Or it could trade. It doesn't look like an overnight long, I'll tell you that much, unless it's a trap. Here it looked like a short and wasn't, and maybe tonight it is. We'll see. We'll see. EA, I tried it a few times. It's still hanging in there. I guess you could either be long versus this spot, or you could wait for it to maybe get above this if it's going to get above that. The little guy, CRBP, a little disappointing. Not the end of the world. It is a little loose and wide sometimes. It did hold this 8, so it's fine. I'm still in it. I did tweet you guys and sold some above 9, so I was able to buy a little bit back in this 8.20 area. I'm going to hopefully it builds above this 8.11 for a little bit and then goes again. It did, come all the way from here and gave a move from there. So this isn't the end of the world. And we'll see if it can hold in here to go. Netflix was a pain in the butt. I was in here. I'm like, I sold some 362. I hope it doesn't run away. And then all of a sudden I looked at my phone. It was down 2. I'm like, what the hell happened here? It was downgraded. And then later in the day, Apple talked about a subscription service that might compete. I didn't read the whole thing. I was in here actually doing some work. But it was even weaker. So I'm glad that I got out of it in strength, which I always sell some strength just in case. And then I use stops. And, Netflix, it's not the end of the world, but this did give back a little bit more than I would have thought, but I guess this could be your stop, and it still above the 8 day, still above the 21 day, so maybe it's okay. I would at this point with this candle give it a little bit of time to prove it could hold here and go, especially with the way tech's been acting. So I'm not long Netflix overnight. I have a feeler of this NEO just to have a feeler of the NEO. It's doing nothing. Little red dog reversal yesterday, and I don't have the size like I had here when it broke above this, but then wound up losing most of what I made that day anyway. A lot of guys were in this solo today. Congratulations. What a move. Jeez Louise. Big move. I don't know much about this. Some guys started pointing at this at the end of the day. So if you've seen on my disclosures, it's very speculative. I have no idea except for it perked up and thought maybe, hey, day one, little volume. It's had some spikes, especially back there. So we'll see. I'm in a little bit just so if you see it, very speculative. I wouldn't, do too much there. I just, traded over 1 million shares. What else? CGC was a good trade. It was nice little red dog reversal yesterday. I'm not long it anymore. Took back this, which was 42.08. Decent follow through. Sold it. Now we'll see. Does it hold above here for a little bit, and we'll see what happens in earnings. This is resistance 1. Earnings are after the close, so we'll see. Nice move from down here. We had that listed. So as you can see, I feel like a little lethargic. I feel like it's not so compelling to be all in long or short here. With the action in tech, you really have to pick your spots. As far as the S&P cash, a little off highs. This morning I had to add to my SPY short. So again, the process worked where sold some strength. I added to my spider short. SPYs went a little harder. I added more. Came in. I told you guys, I'm like, hey, now I'm back to what I had overnight. I have less longs, so that's how I felt comfortable holding 9 longs by having a SPY hedge. And if you added on strength and not when it came in, you were able to trade around it. I still lost a little bit of money in the SPY hedge, but made more long. So, day 3, day 4, it's easier to do that. Now I'm kind of just flattish, so I'm going to figure out what's happening, overnight and tomorrow morning to see how to navigate. I am going to Mexico, by the way, on Saturday with my family. It's President's Week. I haven't been away with my family together with actually best friends from home in a while. So I will be in the city tomorrow doing the normal morning call and recap on my note. Friday I will be in Short Hills, but then I will be away for a week. Yes, there will be content providers filling in for me. with different personalities, different styles, so take it slow. I probably will be in the gym early in the morning in Mexico, so I might write an abbreviated note just to give you what I'm thinking if I'm watching. I don't know if I'll be able to watch, otherwise my wife will disown me, but we'll see. She won't know. It'll be in the morning. They don't get up till 9 o'clock. I'm up at 6 o'clock anyway, which is better than 4:45, so that's still a little bit of a vacation. But anyway, just so you know, so at the end of the week I will be going away, so my product will be a little bit different for a week. Yes, we're allowed to take a week off. Anyway, and that's a scoop. If you're a little lighter tonight, I think it makes sense, and we'll take it from there. Have a good night. Bye-bye.